Well, hello, Just Lean In community. I know a lot of you guys are just getting home from work and probably getting dinner, getting ready for baths for the kids. So if you don't see this video now, I'm hoping that you will see it later today. I wanted to talk about something that is really, really important and something for you guys to understand. And this goes along with what our belief system is in Just Lean In. A couple weeks ago, my husband took me to Puerto Rico. We try to go somewhere every 3 months because he is a doctor. He's an ER doctor, and I don't see him very often. We were supposed to go to Jamaica, but the passport, we had an issue with the passport, so we switched it to Puerto Rico. We knew that the resort was not all-inclusive. And so I knew that things like breakfast and lunch were going to be very expensive, like, $50, $100. So I had this great plan. Yes, even though I'm the founder and CEO of Just Lean In, I make mistakes. I thought I'm going to buy like 100 protein bars because we're going to be there all week. So Jason and I can munch on protein bars throughout the day, not get completely off track. And then we'll have a nice dinner at night. Now, granted, the trip we took 3 months before that was in Dominican Republic. That was all-inclusive, and I didn't take any protein bars, and I ate pretty much everything I wanted to eat. And not only did I not gain weight, I think I lost weight when I got home. When we got to Puerto Rico, I actually started eating those bars on the plane. Some of these bars had no sugar. They had some artificial sugar, like sugar alcohol, which we don't approve of in this program. Some of these bars were plant-based, so they had quite a bit of sugar, fat, and carbs, and not a lot of protein. And some of these bars were made out of whey protein. So I bought a variety of bars. Some of these bars were called the Perfect Bar, so all the ingredients were actually compliant, but the combination of macros were not good. When I eat a protein bar, it triggers me. I feel like I'm eating a candy bar. Now, a lot of you say, well, those don't taste very good. Well, for me, they do because it reminds me of candy. So I was waking up in the morning and I was grabbing, I did take a shake, but I'd grab a shake and I'd eat a bar. Then I'd eat another bar around 11. And then I'd eat another bar around lunch and eat a couple more bars in the afternoon and then have my big dinner. Sometimes after dinner when I'd come home and we were chilling out on the balcony looking at the beach, I didn't want to spend any more money on food, so after we had our big fancy meal, I'd eat another bar. And you're probably thinking, that's a lot of bars, you're eating a lot. Well, I tend to overeat. I've actually had problems in the past of binge eating because a lot of times I feel deprived, and so then when I was allowing myself to eat, I eat too much. So when I got home, my weight before I left was 163. When I arrived home, it was 172. Now, you might say, well, a lot of that was water weight, and some of that came off, but some of it came right back on. So this was the mistake that I made. Protein bars are processed. They're in a box. They are not whole foods. The body does not recognize them. That's why at Just Lean In, we're big proponents of whole foods. Had I just ordered eggs and bacon in the morning and a salad, even if it wasn't exactly on our plan, and had I had eaten things at the entire resort, maybe that weren't completely on plan, my body would have recognized what those were, processed them, and I probably would have been just fine. But because I ate probably about 100 protein bars in the 7-day period with Jason, not only did I gain a lot of weight, but my digestive system got completely out of whack. The sugar alcohol, the erythritol, all of the different tols, if you will, created huge bloating, couldn't go to the bathroom very well, and triggered me to want to eat more sugar because a lot of those artificial sugars will do that. So I am begging and pleading with you. When you are trying to lose weight, you have got to focus on whole foods. And that's what we do in our program. Everything is whole foods. Nothing is processed. We do not believe in food in a box. There's a lot of programs out there that are food in a box. Your body doesn't recognize those things. We believe in whole foods. Had I had just eaten regular foods while I was on my trip, I would have been more full, more satisfied, and probably come back maybe a few pounds of water weight because of the sodium, but I would have been just fine. I also took a huge bag of nuts. Now, nuts are great, but not to eat mounds and mounds of them every day. So basically what I was doing was I was combining fat, carbohydrates, and a little bit of protein every day, and that is not how you lose weight. So the moral of this story is, if you are in our program, you know exactly why, because we're a big believer in food combinations. We're a big believer in being able to eat pretty much all kinds of foods, but eating them in the right combination so that your body can process them correctly. The biggest disaster for your body is actually eating a lot of carbohydrates and fat at the same time. It's almost like Bluebell ice cream. Bluebell ice cream has some of the same types of, not necessarily ingredients, but macros as breast milk does for a baby. Breast milk is designed to help a baby gain weight and grow, that's so they get chubby and fat. It's a good fat for a baby, but for us, not so much. That's why when you eat Bluebell ice cream, it's probably going to be difficult to lose weight because you're combining fat and carbohydrates. And so most of these protein bars, they don't have enough protein. They have a lot of carbohydrates, and they have sugar, and they have fat. And that is a disaster. So what I am telling you is this: don't eat anything out of a box. If you're going to go on vacation, just eat the food. And, especially when you're combining alcohol, that's a total disaster. Had I just eaten the food, I probably would have enjoyed myself more, and I wouldn't have gained as much weight as I did. So now I'm right back on our program. The weight's coming back off. But it would have been nice to have not had to dealt with those, 9 or 10 pounds. If you're going to cheat, cheat. I think one of the biggest problems that some of us fall into is we overeat things that we think are healthy, and then we end up gaining weight. So I assumed that the protein bars were healthy, so I ate way too many of them. Had I just eaten a big meal with real food at the hotel, I would have been full, and I probably would not have gained the amount of weight that I did. I was laughing with Rita the other day. I'm the kind of person that if you tell me I can have an avocado, I might eat 4. We're not telling you to just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And some people do that, and that's something that you have to address. That's an emotional thing. That's called binge eating disorder, and I've dealt with that in my life. But on our program, we have you eating every 2 to 3 hours to fire up the metabolism, but we have you eating in a certain combination, and every day we change it up. So just remember, it's not about necessarily what you're eating, it's about the combination of what you're eating. And these protein bars are about this big. Some of them are about this big. And we don't count calories in the program, but if you are a calorie person and you really believe in calories, well, a lot of them have 300 calories in there. It's a lot of calories. Again, we don't count calories here. We don't believe in calories here, but I'm just giving you a perspective. In one little bar, there's the same amount as had I had a big meal. So please, please, please refrain from those protein bars. I guess if you're in an incredible pinch and has to have one occasionally, maybe that's okay. But what I did was not the right thing to do. And I'm kicking myself because I should have just had a plate of lasagna. I should have just had, a chicken salad sandwich. I should have done something different than what I did. And so not only did I spend a ton of money on bars, but I ate the bars because they were in the room and I could put them in my mouth. And had they not been in the room, I probably wouldn't have eaten them. So I'm dealing with a 9-pound gain. That's not pleasant, especially when you're running a company that's about weight loss, because I did something completely counterproductive to what we teach. But I believe in being transparent and wanted to let you know the mistake I made, and I'm right back on track. And I've been drinking a lot of dandelion tea the last few days and trying to get myself started again. But yeah, I just wanted to share that mistake with you that I made and ask you to please, please throw those protein bars away. They're not doing you any good. You're better just to eat whole food. We'd rather you just go enjoy yourself, get the good textures, chew your food, eat your food, because the bars aren't cutting it. If you guys are interested in our program, just know that a lot of you I'm not friends with. If I've tried to send you a message, you probably haven't received it. It's gone in your other folder. We'd love to give you a consultation. The weight loss that's happening in our program is phenomenal. We just hit 100 clients. We're super excited. We have big things coming. Our coaches are amazing, and we want to help you get ready for summer. So everybody have a great evening. Just lean in and get rid of those protein bars. Thanks, guys.
Just lean in.